So, I want to talk a little bit about why I have 3 degrees. And now that, I'm older and I'm kind of looking back on my life, first I would say, like, the 3 degrees doesn't make me better than anyone. It just really highlights my thirst for knowledge, right? And then the 3 degrees are really not that important. The last one is because, I have actual skills that I can use to benefit the community or to benefit my family. So, but the other two were like life experiences that kind of altered my reality. I think education for me as a young Black person gave me an option to do something else with my mind and my time. So instead of investing in the negativity that was going on in my neighborhood, I would be at some kind of school program or focusing on something related to school. Like throughout my lifetime, I met teachers who really encouraged me to kind of get involved with other things. And it's like, you know, a lot of these teachers were white teachers. So I don't really have any hate in my heart. Even though my lineage went through what it went through in America, I had a lot of there were some key personalities in my lifetime through education where uh, they enriched my life experience so much that I would never hate anyone. I wouldn't. So the reason why I have 3 degrees is because oh, this game got her going. Okay, this game got her going. So anyway, it's like the first degree I didn't really have the guidance that I needed to kind of make a real career choice before I chose a program. So, but that experience of me majoring in English and having to do all this research and writing had me really looking into myself and beginning to heal my trauma. That was how that worked out for me. Um, I still like to write. I need to get back to it more. Um, Other areas of my life have really like kind of blocked me from doing that, but I need to get back to it. Um, in my second degree, I think like I became like really introverted because when I went out into the work world after my first degree, I encountered a lot of racism in the workplace and I didn't know about it. Like my parents never complained about what they experienced. So I was not prepared for the kind of microaggressions that I would face in the workplace. I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to manage it. I didn't know how like much that stress was going to impact my life with those the racist microaggressions that happen to us in the workplace. It just it took me through so many changes. And it's like you feel like, oh, you got to keep working, you got to keep, running that rat race because you need to have money to do the things that you need to do. But it was really wearing away at me. So I was like, okay, let me switch. Let me go back to school and get a higher degree. And then maybe I'll be around like better people. No, it was the same thing. I went and got that master's degree thinking, okay, now I'm at a higher level. I'll be able to get more high level jobs. And I did. And I did get more high level jobs, but people still gave me a lot of crap because of my race. And because they had like so many stereotypes embedded in their own mind that they wanted to apply to me. And then if they couldn't apply them to me, instead of making like the adjustment in their mind, they would just like hate my guts and give me a hard time at work. And it was really stressful. And then I found like I was always playing this chess game. I was always playing this chess game at work where I had to be 10 steps ahead of the naysayers and the schemers and the plotters and the manipulators. And it's like, I'm sick of it. So I said, let me go back to school again. Let me move in a whole different kind of environment. Let me go into the medical field like my mother, right? Because my mother didn't complain, so I didn't know the stuff she went through. And so, oh, I encountered so much racism in nursing school. It was unbelievable. But for me, it's like, I'm going to get what I want. I don't care if you don't like me. I'm going to work for it, and I'm going to get what I earned. And you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. That's how I felt. I was much older, much more mature, much more equipped to deal with the microaggressions. And then I didn't realize how, like, this hatred that people had for me because I was different, or because I was American, or because I was black, or because I was older, whichever one it was, um, that kind of followed me into the workplace. Because where I live is like a really small place. You know what I mean? So if one group of white women have negative opinions about you, they'll be putting their mouth on you in the community, making it seem like you're difficult to work with and you're not a team player, when they were harassing your ass the whole time. So it's like, oh, I kept like going back to school, trying to reinvent myself, trying to fit in. And then now I realize it's just pointless. I might as well just be who I am, and if people don't like me, then that's okay. They don't have to. Like, I don't have to be around you if you're negative. I'll figure out another way to live, to survive, to thrive. It's okay. You know what I mean? I don't want to be where people dislike me and hate me and then judging me because of the way I look, or because of my race, or because of my family background, or because of whatever their problem is. It's like, that's your problem. You can keep it. I'm not going to make it my problem. My mother kept drilling that in my head, though. She'd be like, oh, okay, if they're giving you a hard time because they're racist, or they're giving you a hard time because you're like the youngest person on the team, and they don't like the fact that because of your education, you are sitting underneath management, they hate it. That's their problem. It's not your problem. Ignore them. Just do your best work. But what I found is, even when I did my best work, that was also a threat to them. So it was like, I could be on a job doing my best work, and the people will be planning and plotting and scheming against me because they didn't want me to become the boss. They didn't want me to have more authority than them. They wanted me to be the stereotype in their mind. And I never was that. And so now I'm older, and it's like, I said, you know what, I'll just focus on raising my kids and trying to get back to creating, because that's where I feel the most grounded. That's where I feel like I'm the most needed.